Chapter 1. Some stories in history never truly end. I once read Red Rain by writer Chu Lai years ago, and later, in the autumn of August 2025 in Hanoi, I found myself sitting in a cinema watching the film of the same name. Twice my heart was wrenched, once by the words soaked in blood and tears, and once by the images on screen that silenced the entire theater. Red Rain is not just a film or a novel. It is a stream of memory, connecting literature, cinema, and the soul of the Vietnamese people across generations. For Chu Lai, a soldier turned writer, Red Rain was an achingly beautiful obsession he had carried for decades before publishing it in 2016. In its pages we see Quang, a conservatory student who gave up his dream of studying abroad to join the army, Bien Vo, an artist who carried a sketchbook into the trenches, and Haigu, an electrician who proudly chose to die, becoming a living torch. Chu Lai did not paint a black and white picture of us versus them. Instead, every character emerges with complex inner struggles, moments of weakness and pride, of love and loss. Turning each page of the book is a slow and heavy journey, but one that lingers with haunting humanity. The novel is set against the backdrop of the 81-day-and-night battle for Quảng Trị Citadel, one of the fiercest battles in Vietnam's war against the United States. Thousands of soldiers fell here. It was where blood and tears mingled, where noble ideals confronted the brutality of war. The novel not only recreates the battlefield's horrors, but also captures the human emotions within it: courage, brotherhood, and unending sorrow. Chapter 2. Red Rain on the big screen in August 2025. Red Rain was adapted for film by director Đặng Thái Huyền. Shot on location in Quảng Trị, the film built massive and realistic battle sequences, pulling audiences directly into the hellish battlefield, with torrential rains, suffocating weather, and relentless American bombardments. The images etched into viewers' minds are unforgettable. Amputations performed without anesthesia when medical supplies ran out, Haigu engulfed in flames, the brutal tug-of-war of planting and tearing down flags between Quang and Quam, and the haunting image of two mothers releasing flowers into the Thach Han River. Inevitably, compressing a novel into a 120-minute film requires selection and condensation. Some dialogue was dramatic, even stiff at times, yet the film succeeded in recreating part of the ferocious 81-day siege where countless soldiers on both sides perished forever. Note: in Quảng Trị town alone, the total amount of bombs and shells the U.S. used during the 81 days and nights was equivalent to the destructive power of 7 atomic bombs dropped on Japan. On some days, the number of bombs the U.S. dropped on Quảng Trị exceeded the total bombs dropped on the entire south of Vietnam in 1968-1969 combined. The most ferocious was on July 25th, when the town endured 35,000 artillery shells in a single day, not counting bombs from aircraft. The Quảng Trị Citadel itself covered only 3 square kilometers, yet its surrounding areas at times suffered more than 20,000 heavy shells in just one day, from Wikipedia. Chapter 3. The flow of Vietnamese war cinema Red Rain did not appear out of nowhere. It is part of a long cinematic journey of Vietnam's war stories: The Abandoned Field, Free Fire Zone, Can Jung Hoang, 1979, which won the Moscow Film Festival's Golden Prize. 17th Parallel, Nights and Days, Vituyen 17 ngày và đêm, 1972. Gamba Jong Lok, 1997, about the sacrifice of 10 young female volunteers. Don't Burn, Jung Jot, 2009, based on the diary of Dr. Giang Thuy Tram. Each film is a fragment: the pain of civilians, the sacrifice of youth, the personal voices from diaries. Red Rain weaves these threads together: the battlefield, the human spirit, love, art, and even the Paris peace negotiations. It became a cinematic breakthrough, the culmination of 50 years of Vietnamese war cinema. Chapter 4: The Success of Red Rain. Commercially, surpassing 600 billion VND in revenue and over 6.6 million tickets sold, Red Rain became the highest-grossing Vietnamese film in history. Artistically, it authentically recreated Quang Tri's battlefield, with scenes that stand as milestones in Vietnamese cinema. Socially, thousands of students were brought to theaters. Many Gen Z viewers wept and confessed. I never imagined being 18 back then was so brutal. This success is not just about numbers. It is an awakening. History can still pierce the hearts of today's generation. Chapter 5. A Message to the World. Red Rain shares the same message as global masterpieces like The Pianist or Guernica, that in the darkness of war, people turn to music and art to preserve their humanity. It is not only Vietnam's story. It is a reminder for all humanity. War brings only destruction, while peace is eternal. Chapter 6. The Aspiration for Peace. Through music, and then, as the final notes of the song What Could Be More Beautiful, performed by singer Nguyen Hung, OST of Red Rain, filled the theater. After so many years, at last comes peace, even though peace has cost the blood of our people. The lyrics cut deep, reminding us that peace today was not freely given. It was bought with the lives of 18 and 20-year-olds, with broken promises, and with the tears of mothers who never saw their sons return. If the war ends and I don't return, mother, rejoice. You have a heroic son. The song does more than evoke sorrow. It plants in today's young generation a consciousness to be grateful, to honor, and to cherish peace. And this message does not stop at Vietnam's borders. It resonates across the globe. Vietnam, together with all nations, longs for cooperation, peace, and shared prosperity. Conclusion. Red Rain and the song What Could Be More Beautiful leave behind an immortal legacy. A reminder that nothing is more beautiful than peace. Nothing is more human than honoring the sacrifices of those who came before us. And that legacy will echo on, not only in cinema, but in the heart of every Vietnamese, today and in the generations to come.